Chef here. Welcome to part 1 of the Playing in the Rain workshop series. In this series, we'll be creating all kinds of fun things using the Playing in the Rain stamp set by Stampin' Up. It is a cling stamp set, meaning it's a rubber stamp set and the rubber stamps cling to the block, to the stamping block. And we are going to be using these really fun dies that go along with the stamp set. That's not the dies. I thought I had them right here. And here they are. They're called the Playing in the Rain dies. So let me get these open. I started putting a couple sticky notes right here because these sheets tend to rip this paper, and I haven't put these on magnetic plates yet, but I usually put them on magnetic plates. Look how many fun dies there are. The dies cut out the stamped images, but they also do a lot more. You see how there's clouds and you can do things, but then look at all these extra pieces that we can play around with, right? We could put this little like turtle on the little stump if we wanted to. Okay, so there's the little rabbit is in a puddle. So it's what we're going to be doing today. And there's other things in this suite. Okay, let's show you. This is the suite of product, and it is called Rain or Shine Suite. The name of the suite in Stampin' Up! Is always named after the designer series paper, which is fantastic. And this picture doesn't even do it justice because I'm going to show you the paper. It has the UV coating on it. You can see the coordinating colors here. Flirty Flamingo, Cajun Craze, Mango Melody, Old Olive, Balmy Blue, and the UV coating. Also in this suite, I showed you the bundle. I'm going to show you this embossing folder, and I'm going to show you these little embellishments. Now, if you're one of the people who purchased my kit, you're going to be getting a little piece of this already embossed. I took a piece of Balmy Blue and I embossed it for you. We'll be using that in the workshop. So here's the embossing folder. At the end of this video, stick around because I'm going to show you all the different things I made with the paper pumpkin kit. And after my video yesterday, I probably doubled the amount of my projects, or at least added probably about 10 more cards. So if you saw my video on what I did with the paper pumpkin kit that's related to this, there's a lot more projects I'm going to show you today. So I've shown you the embossing folder, the stamp set. I've shown you the dies. Okay, now let me show you the paper. So if you get this paper, it's really amazing because you can cut out the critters using some of the dies. They cut out the critters on the paper so you can see the bunny, not just cuts out this bunny. There's a die for it. It's right under here. Okay, here's the bunny. I already have the bunny cut out, but here's the die. Now look, check this out. See that? It also cuts out the bunny on the paper. I'll show you that later with the projects. Okay, now let me show you the paper I have left. I'm doing a workshop, so I couldn't dig into too much of my paper because I need it for my bingo and my workshop. So I'm just kind of using scraps right now. But you were all given these pieces of this really cool paper. We're going to use this piece today. I have to cheat and see what it's called. Textured shimmer paper. So it came in your workshop kit. And then you get these pieces of vellum. And for this card, you can either use this polka dotted piece, which would look cute, or the piece we used should be in here somewhere. The little piece of vellum. Here it is, stripes on it. So this is the piece of vellum that you're going to be using for this project. And this. And then you need the piece with Flirty Flamingo. So you need this piece here of your designer series paper. I'm going to use the piece that I've already started to cut. So these are the 3 pieces, plus a piece of your Flirty Flamingo. And I'll show you what the kit looks like as well. But let me just jump right into the project after I show you this paper. So this paper is double-sided, and that's what I mean by the UV coating. You can see that in the light. It looks pretty cool. So we'll use the little flowers on there. Here, I'm going to take out that piece. We need this scrap. Okay. Oh, we need the piece with the little raindrops on it. Look at this. Looks a lot like the paper pumpkin kit, doesn't it? That little pattern. We need this piece because we can cut umbrellas out of it. Just fantastic. So let's keep that out. Okay, and then we need, okay, we already saw that piece. Look at this UV. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. I'm just looking for that other piece that goes, it's not this one. This one I used, this little guy fits right into the windows of one of the paper pumpkin cards. All right, so I had 2 of each piece. I'm just trying to think of what I did with it. Possibly, I wonder if I used it in the paper pumpkin kit. So we might have to use this other piece. Like I said, I don't want to scavenge any more than I have to. Scavenge my kits. Let's see if it's the back of that one. Nope. So it's this little paper, but instead I'm just going to use this one. That'll work too. All right. See? There's a piece. It was this flower. Oh, there it is. It's the flower. It's the flower. I do have it. All right. We'll just do the card just like I have it. All right. There we go. All right. So let's start with, I'm saving you some steps in that I've already made the card base. So we're just going to start with the card layers. So get out your trimmer. And we're going to go ahead and cut the card layers. So you need the card base of Flirty Flamingo. Okay, that is here. I'm just taking that out of the here. It's gonna be opening vertically. I'll write down the measurements for it later. We're not gonna actually cut the card base right now. Okay, we're gonna cut all the pieces and make a card. So in other words, you should already know how to make the card bases from all my workshops. But you know, at some point in the series, I'll show you that again. But that part, I'm trying to leave out that step here. So we're going to get 4. Now, make sure your rain is vertical, right? So 4 by 5 1/4. And because it's a vertical card, you want to put, you want to put that 4 by 5 1/4. And I made it quite a little bit shorter, but that's okay. We're going to get these other little pieces. We want to take this little piece. I'm just going to go in there. I just want to make them all the same size. 4 by 5 1/4, but I made it slightly smaller than 5 1/4. So this one too. And if we have to, we trim it off a little. Okay. Yep, that's good. Okay, 4 by 5 1/4. We're going to make these little strips of extra texture shimmer paper. 1-inch strips. Okay. We need a 1-inch strip of that. And we need 1-inch strips of all these other things I just pulled out. So let's see how this one was. I think I did it vertically. So the little stripes were going, yeah. So the stripes were this way. So let's go ahead and make that 1-inch by 5 1/4. Okay. And sometimes it's easier, like honestly, to make things all the same size is just to kind of put them there and turn it around and trim it. Then they're all exactly the same size. I mean, you can use your trimmer as well, but sometimes I still find things a little wonky and still end up, using that piece of paper. But that one's good. Okay, now let's see. We need the little piece of vellum that I just pulled out. And that's also going to be a 1-inch strip of vellum. I'm going to have extra pieces to use for later. Okay, and let's turn that 5 1/4. All right, so let's go ahead and layer this up. So we're going to take the rolling adhesive. Definitely keep saying hello. I see you guys coming in. It's very nice. All right, let's do this. Let's go like that. Okay, so I have some room. All right, we're going to do, let's see. In the vellum, whenever you work with vellum, you always want to hide the adhesive because you can see through it. So you're going to do something like that, right? And so you're going to put, a line of adhesive there. And that's going to kind of stick out into your card. And so I'm just kind of letting the bottom stick out because I can trim the bottom off. And like I said, you can see through that, but you're not going to see that part because we're going to overlap it with the blue a little bit. Okay, we're going to put a piece of this. Okay, so this is just called layering cards. So the first layer was your rain, and you could see how the pattern is with the bigger drop at the bottom. Oops, I put the pattern upside down on that one. But the pattern should be like this with the raindrops. Okay, let me just show you what I mean. The raindrops should be like this. Oops. Right, with the bottom of the raindrop being bigger. So it doesn't really matter. I did it opposite on that one. But it is supposed to be rain on the paper. Okay, and I'm just going to overlap that a little bit. Oh, no, I'm not overlapping that one. I'm overlapping this one. See, I'm putting this one there. The purpose of this one is one extra layer. And I want it to be the top layer because it's shimmery. It's so cool. It's like corrugated. Hear that? I love feeling paper. I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of weird. But I like the textures of paper. Well, it's all shimmery and everything, and it's corrugated. I think this would go nice with that old coffee cup set. All right, now this one has a little bit of ragginess on the edge, so I'm just going to... When you cut this with the trimmer, it was kind of thick, so it got a little raggedy when I cut it. See how thick this paper is? Guess that means I need a new trimmer blade. So I'm going to put this enough over to the right so that it hides the vellum adhesive. Not hides the vellum, but hides the vellum adhesive. Okay, so that's how you're layering the card. Now, it did... Oops. Well, my bunny will be on the bottom part. Yeah, my bunny will be over that part of the adhesive. All right, so now I'm going to flip this over. And I did, even though I used the trimmer, remember I told you I made the bottom part a little bit smaller? So I probably should have just trimmed off the edges in the first place like this. All right, to make them even. Oh, yeah. Now, I'm going to put this on the Flirty Flamingo card. And all these colors tie together here. And, all right, get that part off. Get off there. Let me bring my light closer. Because I'm going to be doing some coloring, bringing the light closer. All right, flip that over. So we're going to color his little raincoat and everything. We're going to do all the die cutting, but I did get another one cut out just in case, because I wanted to have one that was completely dry for us to color. So he's going to go like there, and he'll cover that adhesive a little bit there. And he's going to be dancing in the rain, this little rain umbrella. He's shiny. We're going to be using the Stampin' Blends, the Mango Melody, because it's one of the coordinating colors. Mango Melody, and we're going to be using a little bit of Flirty Flamingo Light to highlight the bunny, and then a wink of Stella, and we're going to get a UV umbrella out of the paper. We're going to use a little scrap for this. Okay, so happy, happy bunny. And he's dancing in the rain. He's having fun, right? So he's having fun. So here's all the things we're going to need. We're going to need to get some basic white. I've already done these just in case, but we're going to get basic white. And like I said, I already cut one that we can color. That's a little bit dry. We're going to take a piece, and we're going to use, because we're using the blends on this guy, the Stampin' Blends, we need to use Memento Black ink. Okay, because this is such a big stamp, you're going to stamp it upside down. Oh, yeah, it's pretty good, pretty good. Just a little bit more. Even though you waste a little bit of ink, it's better than wasting ink on your actual paper that you're trying to stamp. So, bunny in the puddle. I wish the die ended up just cutting out the bunny. I wish the die would have cut out the puddle too. I mean, not that we can't cut the puddle out with scissors, but still. Oh, yeah, he came out good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the die cutting. So we have our little sandwich being base plate number 1, and that's the bottom plate. And then we have plate number 2, which is your thin die adapter. And then we're going to do one plate number 3. And then we're going to put the bunny down and another plate number 3 after we put the bunny on there. So we're going to go like that. And then we need a little piece of washi tape. Not tape that's going to rip your paper. Just it's called low-tack tape. So let's go ahead and put the top plate number 3 on there. And we're cranking it through. And you can see that one's pretty, it was colored a lot. It was like, I mean, the black got on there a lot. So I think I like my other bunny better, but we'll see when we color it, which bunny I would like better. Oh yeah, he's cute. See, it doesn't cut out the puddle, just so you know. So I like the first bunny better. Plus it's dry, so we'll color, maybe we'll color both bunnies. So we have a bunny. Now we need an umbrella. So to get your umbrella, I want you to not have to use the stamp because you have designer series paper and it cuts right out. I wanted you to see that because that's pretty cool. So take this piece of designer series paper and just get any little Flirty Flamingo pink umbrella there. And make sure you tape this one because the umbrella is so small, it might, slip. Slip, sliding away. All right, that should be the bottom piece. Okay, and the plate should go on top. Okay, we're cutting it through. cutting out an umbrella. Dun, dun, dun. Look how cute the umbrella is. Okay, and then I'm not going to make you die cut the pieces because in your kit you already have the pieces you need, but that paper is fantastic. But try to die cut the ones. Notice how I just automatically cut the ones over there, not here, because then you have a big enough, here, let me show you. You have a big enough piece then of the flowers to use for another card, right? So that's important. So if you're going to cut your umbrellas, don't cut it right in the middle. Well, hopefully you have more than the pack I gave you. I gave you 12 sheets of 6x6. Hopefully you have more than that for this workshop, besides the paper I gave you. All right, trying to just reach for some shapes. One moment. Okay, so inside your kit you have different shapes, and I'm just kind of showing you had little hexagons and ovals and these and the Oh Happy. I've already cut the Oh Happy Day out of this. I'm just showing you, and just to show you how easy it is to make your sentiment. All right, so I'd done this earlier, and hopefully this dry. Yeah, this dry. Okay. Stamping Oh Happy Day onto the different shapes. I probably should have used my silicone mat. Ooh, it came out nice. Oh happy day. Oh happy day. I'm just making a bunch of these, right? Because when you stamp, just stamp a bunch of these sentiments. I gave you 2 of the ovals. Oh, there goes my ink on my hands again. I gave you 2 ovals, 2 hexagons, I believe, and 2 little banners. I might be mixing up what I gave you for bingo versus what I gave you for this kit. But most of you got both. And I haven't sent out all the kits yet because I've been very busy with the BOGO sale. And I'm also waiting on paper from Stampin' Up, more designer series paper. So I have not finished sending out the kit yet, but I will show you what a kit looks like in this video. I'm just trying to clean up a bit so I don't get ink all over my projects here. I'm cleaning up Mr. Bunny. And I'm cleaning up this little guy, because otherwise I tend to get ink all over my projects that I'm showing you and that I'm working with. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take out some balmy blue and we're going to color our sentiment a little bit. All right, good enough, good enough. We're done all the die cutting. Let's see, we're going to color the bunnies. We're going to color the sentiment a little bit. Let's do the balmy blue part. Let's cover this. I'm trying to learn from my past mistakes and not get ink all over my projects I'm trying to show you. All right, let's do that and get out a stamping block. So when you use a blending brush, it's good to get a stamping block, right? Put a little bit of ink on your stamping block. That way you can control how much ink goes onto your sentiments. So we'll do that. I'm just doing a 2-tone one. I'm going to do one on the top, one on the bottom. Just tap a little bit and rub. So I'm just doing a little 2-tone. Okay, that's a little bit, oh, happy day. And we'll do one on the bottom of this guy. Here, we'll use this one. It's a little centered a little better. Okay. I'm just tapping onto the mat to get the initial blob off of there. Okay. Getting some ink off the stamping block and then just giving it a rub. Now, I did these earlier. That's why it's not smearing. I don't recommend you just inking those up the second you stamp them. Let them dry a little bit. I'll do those later, but you get the idea. So you're adding a little bit of dimension by adding the balmy blue. All right, now we want to color the bunny. So we're going to start with the raincoat. Okay. We're going to, when you have Stampin' Blends, they come in 2 colors, dark and light. So this is the light one. You can see it on the side. See? Light Mango Melody. And I always start, and this is the dark Mango Melody. And I always start with, I'm going to use the thin side. There's a thin side and there's a brush tip side. So I'll use the brush tip for the light one. So you want to start out with the darker one because you're going around the edge of your little raincoat. And I'm also going to color those little lines. So I'm just coloring the sleeves, up the middle, outlining. Don't do the other color yet. Just do like a little outline. Okay, these are alcohol markers, so you can't leave them sit all day. You got to get in there now with your light color and just do circular motions. Or you can go like this and pull in the side. But either way, you got to overlap the dark part with your light part. So I like using circular motions, but some people like to use flicks, where you pull the dark into the light. All right, now you can use this light one, the brush side, to also color that collar. And now you got a little dimension going on. Oh, I want to do it again while I have the other one. So the other one's still cute. We're just going to go ahead and color the other one. Why I have to do this again later? We can make 2 cards at once, right? I would just be doing this later while I'm watching TV. I'm a night owl. My husband is not. He goes to bed early, so then I watch TV and I pull out my stuff and I color. I make my stuff so that I have multiples to do later, especially if I'm doing a swap or something where I need a lot of one thing. I'd color these later. All right, so that's all you do for the little bunny. Now you're going to take, that's all you do for the mango melody. Now you're going to take Wink of Stella. Very important. Got to make the raincoat sparkly. Right? So, I actually made the whole bunny sparkly, but you have to make the raincoat sparkly. You don't have to make the whole bunny sparkly, but, make it look like it's a slicker, right? All right, so we'll put that. I'll show you what that looks like in the light. So Wink of Stella is a glitter pen. Okay, let's see if we can see that. I have a light meter here. Not meter. Let's see. There we go. I'm just changing the color of the light here. Hopefully that helps. All right, so that's supposed to show you the sparkles. Well, maybe not. Maybe I can't see the sparkles. All right, so then we're going to take just this little pink is going to make a difference. This is Flirty Flamingo. It's one of the coordinating colors. I'll use the brush side for his little nose here because he has a big nose. Actually, we can use the brush side for the whole thing. All right, so be sure to use the light Flirty Flamingo, not the dark Flirty Flamingo. So we can do his little toes. We can do his ears. So just a little bit of pink here, right there. Right there. His little mouth if you want. It's up to you. Just where you want to color. But it makes Mr. Bunny come to life, or Miss Bunny. Having a little bit of Flirty Flamingo on there. And then feel free to take your Wink of Stella and cover the whole bunny. Because that's cute too. We're going to be using this bunny for our card, so get in there and color the whole bunny. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. All right, we already have our umbrella. We have our sentiment. All right, the rest we do with scissors. All right, so let's take our card. Let's get our card back. Okay, that was the card we were starting with. This is the card we're doing it with. So let's take this little guy and you always lay out your pieces like that before you do your attaching. So then you need your dimensionals. A bag of dimensionals is right here. All right, so we need the little tiny one. These are mini dimensionals. So you're going to turn that over and put a mini dimensional on the umbrella. And so he's just kind of dancing with his umbrella. So we'll kind of put that like there. And then we have his couple. So and don't worry that it bleeds through. Right? I put a couple smaller dimensionals on the ear. You're doing little dimensionals, not because you need it to stick better, because really it sticks no matter what. It's not about that. It's like about things getting caught in the envelope and stuff. So you want to put extra dimensionals behind the different pieces so your card doesn't get... Okay, he's like dancing. We'll put him over there so he's kind of like holding his umbrella a little bit like that. Okay, and then Oh Happy Day. And we need that little scrap of petal pink that I pulled out. Not petal pink, Flirty Flamingo. Okay, so this is the little scrap we want. the little flowers. So we went to little, maybe, I think it was 1/2 inch. Let's see. I might have the flowers going the wrong way, so let's see if I find that other piece. The flowers. All right. That's fine. What was the other side of that? Oh, it was the other side is one we're just using. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Do you see why I'm looking for this piece? You want the piece from the one that goes this way because of the way the flowers are. So it's 1/2 inch. So just cut this one with the trimmer, and then the other part you're cutting with the snips. So 1/2 inch piece, or was it 3/4 inch? Nope, it was 1/2 inch. It just looks smaller. Doesn't this one look smaller than that one? Anyway, then you're going to go ahead and attach it. Attach this part first. Just go like this. Like attach it. So not with dimensionals, just with adhesive. So then, now I'm right-handed. So the way I do this is I do this side first. So you make your little banner. And then I have to do it like that. Wait, or is it like that? Like that. I turn it upside down and do the other side. Otherwise, I can't get the lines straight. Like if I don't turn it upside down, and then I just trim it, then I make it a little smaller to make it even. Okay? So that's how you do it. Just turn it upside down and around. There you go. And then this, if you want to pop it up with dimensionals, you can. But I don't think I did. I think I just laid it down flat. So, I mean, it's up to you whether you want to, how you attach it. But dimensionals are good. Oh, look. This will tell us what we need to do. I was going to say, I'll just put some more in here. I ordered and didn't order Stampin' Seal. I had a list, but that wasn't on it. And so I better order Stampin' Seal Plus. Something to always have on your list, these refills, so you don't run out. Okay, so we're putting that, oops, get off me. He's hitchhiking here. Come on. You have to be gentle when you pull the adhesive. There's like a little glue dot stuck on there. I'm stuck on you. All right, there we go. You can put adhesive on the whole banner. Oh, happy day. Oh, so fun. And there he is, playing in the rain. So, very simple card. Now we're going to add our bling. The bling comes from the, well, I put them in your kit, but I saved some iridescent rhinestones. That's what these are called. Iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. So, you can also use the little bling from your kit. Your paper pumpkin kit, the little raindrops would be cute on here. The little raindrop bling. But that's a separate issue. I wanted to make sure I gave you what was in our kit. All right, let me say hello and write down the measurements. And then we're going to, as I say hello, write down the measurements. And then we'll show you what was in the kit. I mean, what's in one of my kits that you can still sign up for. And I can't remember what date you can sign up for, but I just think it's still open. Hello, Gloria. Hello, Lynn. Hello, Melissa from Texas. And Mary from Wyoming, and Kathy, who's always catching me live, and Sheila from Ohio, and Louise from Ontario, and Linda from ScanNCut and Create, and Jade. All right. Oh, yeah, Linda's from Florida as well, and Kathy's from snowy New Hampshire, she's saying. All right. I'm glad you have all the die and everything, Gloria, and the stamp sets and everything, and Be Pre from Georgia. I'm just going to go ahead and draw this for you. I'm going to draw like the card and then keep saying hello. So your card's going to be like this. So it's going to be 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So you have 11 inches, right? See? 11 inches by 4 and a quarter, right? Because the paper is 8.5 by 11, right? So this kind of card is 11 by 4 and a quarter, and you score at 5.5. Okay, so that's the card, and then the layer. So we made the layers for the card. So make sure your raindrops go the right way. Your layer is 5 and a quarter by 4 inches, and then we had little strips. We had 3 of those. I'm very visual. I have to do it like this. Okay, and they were each 5 and a quarter, and they were 1 inch. That's a big 1 inch. Here, 1 inch. And they were each 1 inch by 5 1/4 times 3 of those. Okay. What else did we make? This little strip, the little tiny strip that went like this little shape was 1/2 inch. And the length is kind of going to vary. Oops. Let me write that. 1/2 inch. It's 1/2 inch wide, but then the shape is going to vary based on how you put your little thing on it. So we use Flirty Flamingo card base. Okay, good. I'm glad you liked the card. Okay, thank you. Hi, Terry. Hi, B. Pri. I'm glad you liked that. Yep. Okay, Kathy likes the Flirty Flamingo and the bunnies. Happy in the rain. And Carol's here. Awesome. And Deborah from New South Wales, Australia is always here. Okay, yes. So Sheila's saying, use the ScanNCut to cut your puddle. Of course, that's a good idea. And we're going to do that. I've already cut one puddle by hand for my, okay, so what Sheila's talking about, I've cut one by hand for my little froggy because I put the froggy in a puddle, the froggy from the set. So I think I will demonstrate this one with the ScanNCut. Sheila, that's a good idea because I can't demonstrate something we already have a die for, but I probably should demonstrate that one. And some of the pattern paper, the things we don't have dies for, like the little piggy. We'll see if we can get him around there with a pattern. That might be my next project. Hi, Mary and Becky. All right. So let's do this. We're going to take out. So if you, just want to make sure I don't have anything there. If you have the, I'm going to do this first with the paper pumpkin kit, and then I'm going to show you what my workshop kit looks like. Okay, so that was project number 1. Now these are not from the series. Okay, so let me just explain what this is, what I'm about to show you, because you're gonna be like, whoa, we're making all this in the series. No, we're not making this in the series. This was from the paper pumpkin kit. I'm just gonna show it to you in the series because it's related, but it's not what we're actually making in the series because we used elements from this kit. And in this series, I understand from last night's video on YouTube that you can't even get the refills for this right now. Not to mention my workshops are watched by people around the world where they don't have Paper Pumpkin subscriptions. So I'm just showing you how you can use this kit, if you do happen to have a Paper Pumpkin kit, to play with different elements from the things I'm showing you, and you can make the Paper Pumpkin kit come alive. So for this card, I used 2 kites. This little bunny is not this bunny. It looks just like this bunny, doesn't it? But it was already made for me. And I like how they did the little cheek too, but I didn't want to risk it by making the cheek too dark. But that's the little bunny, and I used Cajun Craze. And I used some of the Designer Series paper from this kit, from this workshop. And I used Old Olive as a card base. So pretty much this entire thing is from the Paper Pumpkin kit, except this one little piece of paper where I used from this Rain or Shine paper. Okay, let me keep on going. This is from the Paper Pumpkin kit. All of the elements except for the Daffodil Delight cardstock. Okay, and the envelopes are from the Paper Pumpkin kit as well. The Paper Pumpkin kit is called Sunshine and Smiles. Okay, this one, I used everything from the Paper Pumpkin kit, except this little guy. It's one of my dies from my bucket of crafty goodness. I always have lots of different shapes, and that one is, Rainy Days Are Better With You. I used the stamp from this kit that we're doing, from this stamp set. Now this, if I had any complaints about this stamp set, it's that it only has 2 sentiments. Oh, happy day and rainy days are better with you. So I did use the stamp, not from the Paper Pumpkin kit, but from this stamp set, because I thought it was very appropriate. And I also embossed, and I used some blending. I embossed with this embossing folder I showed you. And here's a piece of the paper. It fit really well inside this frame. And I didn't have this in my video last night because I thought of it afterwards. So I think I might get on Facebook and show you my alternative projects because there's so many extras. Friends in Any Kind of Weather. Love this card. So much fun. Paper Pumpkin kit. I used everything from the kit except this background paper is from our Designer Series paper, Rain or Shine. And a piece of Daffodil Delight cardstock. This one is the embossing folder. I embossed live yesterday, and then I used baby wipe on top of it. I said, let's wet it and see what happens. I really like how the baby wipe added those extra streaks and rubbed my ink all over the place. I just love how that came out. And so this was a piece of Coastal Cabana. And I didn't have it quite cut the exact way I would cut a card base, but I liked the way it came out. And it was already embossed, so I used it. Other than that, elements from the Paper Pumpkin kit. More elements where I embossed the whole background. Then I used the paper that came in the kit. I cut out my own little froggy with the froggy die. Colored him with Old Olive. Put him on a smoky slate card base. Loads of fun. This one was from the Paper Pumpkin kit, except I used a piece of Mango Melody and Old Olive. But the elements, all these cute little elements and stamps are from the kit. And all this is from the kit, except there's a piece of Balmy Blue. And you all have that piece of Balmy Blue, but don't use it yet for your Paper Pumpkin because we're going to be using it in this workshop. But I did give you all a piece of Balmy Blue. Well, those of you that got your kit so far got a piece of Balmy Blue already embossed. And I'm loving the bunny flying the kite. How cute is he? And then here's one with the Balmy Blue card base and the paper from the Paper Pumpkin kit. I took the rainbow out from the background. Loved that, how that came out. Another bunny flying a kite. This is a shaker card. These lots of little elements I had. You all will be making a shaker card in this workshop as well using sequins. And the little duck. The duck with the rainbow. So you saw how I did rainbows. Like you could take this frame and make 2 cards out of it. So you could see how I sometimes cut this apart. And then I would have a rainbow as a card background, and then I would have other cards, this part for another card as well. Okay, here's another one. Friends in any kind of weather. Super cool. We'll probably use some of these sentiments throughout this workshop because we can use that. So like we could say, oh, happy day. And then we could put like the paper. I don't have a piece in here. I'd put a piece of white is what I would do. And then basic white. And I could put that on there. Friends in any kind of weather. I like how the font even goes together. So we could use the sentiments from that one. All right. This one's a piece of Cajun Craze. And I colored this little guy in Old Olive. I cut this guy out of the paper from the designer series paper. So I didn't color him with the stamps. But you could see how you could easily color him with the stamps too. Okay, and a couple more. Oh, no, I have 3D projects. Okay, so this one, a card with lots and lots of flowers on it. Love that. And then let me pull these out as the summary here at the end. Okay, pull that out. Whoops. See, sometimes people come late. I have to say what in the heck that we're doing. And then we did these. We made these little, last night, these little, I call them sour cream containers. They're just the little treat container. But if you ever went to like a Sizzler, Rustler Steakhouse, I used to waitress at one, actually both of those I worked at. But we used to give people, if they ordered sour cream, we would give them the packets of sour cream in these little containers that were shaped like this. So I also heard them called humbug before. I've heard them called a humbug container. So we made this one. We made this bigger one live last night. And you can use adhesive, of course, and tear and tape. But I like to use a staple so that the Skittles don't go flying out all over the place. Because over time, especially in my humidity, things just come apart. They fall apart. All right, so ready for the kit. Let me get rid of this one. I have to just wipe this off. Because I tend to get ink all over my projects. So we're going to pull all this. So I'm not going to open up like every packet of the kit. But this is, I do workshop kits. And my mom helps me make them sometimes. Not every month, but sometimes she puts something special in them. I always put something special, but sometimes she does as well. So we're going to show you. A workshop kit comes with a bunch of cardstock. And I label all the different colors. So as you can see, Flirty Flamingo, Balmy Blue, Cajun Craze, Old Olive, Mango Melody. They are all ones that go exactly with your suite. But then because I give you so much extra paper, I add an extra color. So Sweet Sorbet is going to go with another type of paper I gave you. So you always have lots of different current cardstock, basic white, basic black, and then you have different things. So craft note cards and envelopes here, different things. Now I ran out of, not everyone's going to have the same kind of box. See, sometimes I gave you this kind of box, and sometimes I gave you a gold mini pizza box because I didn't have the exact same box for everybody. But you can always decorate. I give you extra supplies. Get an envelope, masking paper for your stamping needs, and a note card. So those are on low inventory, by the way. I went to order some for my next kit, craft note cards and envelopes, and I found out they were on low inventory. So if you do like those, you come in 20 per pack, and they have a nice box with them. So those are really cool. All right, let me keep going. You have in my kits, I give you a paper that says what the kit's about. You know, you're in the Playing in the Rain workshop kit. There's a link right now below this video. There's a description in the video. You can sign up for my kit. Okay, so I don't have any of the paper yet, so please be patient. You're not going to get the kit sent out for about a week until I get my paper, and then I have to cut it up and send it out. But some of you got my paper from before that I had from before. So just be patient to get your kit. You can still keep watching the videos and just you'll get your supplies later in the month. So you get this package. You get 12 sheets of Rain or Shine Specialty DSP, cut up into 6x6, textured shimmer paper, and we've already used this whole packet already. Vellum Basics. You saw how we used it already in this tutorial. So you get a packet of that. Then you get a packet of, until I run out of this isn't going to come in every kit from now on. It's only going to come in this month's kit. This month, meaning we're in March, and April. I have enough for April. Well, for the first people who sign up in April. You're going to get this Dandy Designs paper that was part of Celebration in your kit. So I'm going to share as much as I have until I run out of it. Die cut shapes. I cut out some shapes for you. See? Little shapes that you can use for your sentiment. So if you didn't have the exact shape I was using, I might have mixed up what I gave you for bingo with versus what I gave you for bingo versus what I gave you for the other thing. Oh, thank you, Mary. Mary Sick for the... All right. She's laughing and thank you for the super chat. I don't know what I said that was so funny. Oh my goodness. But thank you for the super chat. That was she just gave a $10 super chat. And Becky, thank you. And Lysandra, nice to see you. All right. So until we run out, let's see. This one is Design a Daydream. So you're going to get this one until it runs out in the catalog. So I'm going to keep putting this in every kit until the catalog, which is going away soon. I think it's April? Oh, gosh, now I forget when the annual catalog. This is in the annual catalog. And whenever the annual catalog goes away, then we won't be able to get you this paper anymore. Supple Shimmer Specialty, I can't even say that. Supple Shimmer. Sally sells seashells at the seashore. And then some dimensionals. You saw how we used the dimensionals. See those? I put those in every kit. I don't know if you could see them. It's a whole sheet of dimensionals, the stickers, and some shimmer paper. Okay, the next fun thing you get in your kits, these are going out tomorrow, by the way. The ones that I am done. The ones that I have done are going out tomorrow. Okay, this you get, oh yeah, this is awesome paper. You get Flowers and More paper because it's the host paper. And as soon as that will run out, as soon as this mini catalog runs out. So it's January to April mini catalog, and that's where this paper is found. Flowers and More Designer Series paper. So I'll put it in next month's kit as well. Window sheet. You get a window sheet for our shaker card and foam adhesive strips. You get way more than you need, and I take care to give you extra fun things in your kits. Like I emboss that for everybody. A piece of balmy blue cardstock, so you can use that for one of our projects. All right, so that's the fun stuff for this kit. Now, this is the best. This is the icing on the cake. We were inside of Joanne, and I saw this fabric, and I said, Mom, this fabric is so perfect for my Playing in the Rain. And so we were only able to get a piece of it. We got whatever was left. So she made these little tote bags for the Playing in the Rain kits. But not to worry, if you don't get the rain boots, you still get a different really cool bag from my mom this month. Not every month. We don't put a bag in there every month, but this is awesome, guys. This is awesome. She lines the bag. She's a professional seamstress. She's been sewing since she was 7, and she's 90 years old. So do you know anybody else that's been sewing 83 years? She's just such a professional. Anyway, so we put little cookies in there and, little candies, and these are your ribbons. My mom did all this for me. She measured out ribbons for all of you, a yard of each. She measured out all that. I did this because she can't see very well, so I did the back part. She put the front part of the ribbons. I cut up the sentiments, and not sentiments, the embellishments, and gave you samples of embellishments for your craft kit. So this goes in there. Here, I usually give you little bottles, but this time I was in the middle of a move and couldn't find them all. But now I have more bottles than I know what to do with. So next month, you're going to get your sequins in little bottles. But you get little sequins for your shaker cards. I know, right? Right, Mary? God bless my mom. And here, green tea. That's going to be for our little double fold treat pouch that we make. And cookies. Oh, that cookie needs to be eaten because it cracked. All right. Now, since I ran out of these and we didn't have enough to make them for everybody, she made little ones with this coffee theme. So lucky you're going to get either bag. You're going to get either Sip Sip, right? Sip Sip with the coffee theme, which goes with our Cajun Craze kind of, or you're going to get the little rain boots. But everybody will get a bag this month, and next month you get a different surprise. There's a surprise every month. All right, what else do we have? These were little Sip Sip bags. Everyone is different, made with love. Now, I have a bingo going on. So, for example, this is Deborah L's bingo, okay? So I'm just going to show everybody what she has. Okay, so Inside here, it would be her bingo cards, and we're doing a Playing in the Rain bingo that March 24th. My VIPs in the VIP group have like, they're going to get to see what the prizes are and the cards are ahead of time, but the actual event's on Zoom. And so she's getting Rain or Shine specialty paper, 3 envelopes. All right, what else? She's getting the card bases. So like, this is a kit. This is a typical bingo kit. My friend Kathy helped me die cut all these little banners to put in the kit. And look, she measured, what a good friend when she was visiting me. She measured these little sequins for you that are part of the Rain or Shine suite. We're currently out of those, but I hoarded some before we ran out. You get a Balmy Blue card base, a Flirty Flamingo card base. This is not for the kit now. This is for the bingo. The bingo, because we don't have a lot of time for you to cut your own card bases. We're just going to be making cards. You get 3 cards, 3 envelopes, and not everybody gets the same kind of box. It's because I ran out of the... I was going to give everybody a little treat box, a sweet little box, but we ran out. So some of you are going to get the Delicate Details treat box, which I'm also ordered some for next month's kit because this goes really well next month with the Irresistible Blooms workshop. So that's going to be a really cool box that you get. All right, so that's Playing in the Rain bingo, and you get all these die-cut shapes for the bingo and some Pattern Party, which you were lucky enough to get. That was from last year's paper. It's retired, but it's an awesome paper. And you're lucky enough to get 12 sheets of this only because I was having a She Shed BOGO sale and I was able to pull this stuff out. It's just perfect paper. It has, so everybody in the bingo is getting all this paper like that you can no longer get your hands on. So sign up bingo just for the paper. No, I'm just kidding. Just for the camaraderie. It's a live event where we make cards and we play bingo. My husband helps host it. So there's a black and white side. See, that you get more than enough paper. We're only making 3 cards, but you get a lot extra goodies in your packets. So that is the bingo packet. Those last 3 things I showed you. So just, this was a bingo. Let me get this back in there. All right, never mind. It's like getting the genie back in the bottle, right? Genie doesn't go back in the bottle. So you get the card bases, the bingo cards with the Playing in the Rain. You only get 6 sheets of Playing in the Rain for that. And then you get all the little extras. And then this one was the other kit. That was the workshop kit. So my workshop kits are $49. The 40 is for the kit. And then the 9 is for the shipping. That's the way I break it down. So like you get more than $40 worth of supplies. Trust me. And also I pay PayPal a fee for all that. And I bag it all up and package it with love. And the bingo is $25. Unless you're a Patreon member, you support my channel. You are a team member, one of the papered chefs. They get a discount on my bingo events. All right, I thank you all for watching. Thank you, Phil, and Jean, and Mary, both Marys. Thank you, Carol. She's saying, give me a thumbs up. Becky. All right, so what we did today is we had started the Playing in the Rain series. It's the introduction to the series. So we did some stamping. We stamped the bunny. We die cut the bunny with the metal die. We colored the bunny with the stamping blends, Mango Melody and Flirty Flamingo. We also used this, not this stamp, but you can use the stamp. But we used the designer series paper to cut out a cute little Flirty Flamingo umbrella. We taught you how to make a card that's all fully layered with lots of different textures, vellum, shimmer paper, designer series paper, and rain. And he's a happy little bunny. So that's what we did today. We made a card using Flirty Flamingo. But we also did an introduction to the series where you got to learn about all the different products that are part of the series. We also went over all the paper pumpkin projects that are related to this kit. Okay, we went over all the Sunshine and Smiles projects. So that's why it was a longer video. And we had a lot of fun at the same time. So thank you all for watching. This is the Papered Chef, and have a great day.